guys.
Hello.
Welcome to Seattle, Washington. It's another rainy day. I think it was raining the last time we recorded. So there's
It's
snow
winter.
in
It's
the
always
morning.
raining.
Yeah, it means it's snow in the mountains. So, yeah, it's been. How was your weekend?
Weekend was busy.
Yeah. Sisters.
My sister and my nieces came over yesterday, and then I had a friend's dinner party yesterday.
Oh wow, you have been busy.
Night. And then Saturday, I went over to a new friend's house.
Ooh, you made a new friend.
Yeah, imagine that.
We're getting old for this whole new friend thing.
Well, so a couple of weekends ago, I was helping my sister at an event that she put on.
Okay.
And I'm not kidding you. This lady,
quinceañeras.
Yeah, the quinceañera. She's a choreographer. She's a planner. And so I was running her booth. I was the stucky because she needed someone that spoke both Spanish and English.
That's you.
That's me. Yeah.
And you had knitting.
I didn't get to knit because it was, first of all,
surprisingly busy.
I did not know there were that many Latin people in the Northwest.
Yeah.
They came out of the woodwork.
Yeah.
I was actually, no offense to my sister, and I told her this yesterday because we're pretty honest. I was like, I was really worried about your event. I thought you were going to go all this trouble and no one was going to show up.
Sign up for another one.
And she just about died laughing because she goes, I thought so too. I was worried too. But no, it was packed.
Yeah. Her sisters are hugely talented dancers.
Yes.
Hugely talented.
And so
your older sister is more of the Latin side of things.
Yes, my older sister is more on the Latin side of things.
Your other sister is too, but she's ballroom.
She's ballroom dancer, yes.
And very strict.
Yes.
Latin dancing.
Yes, all the rules and the posture and everything else.
Exactly.
So my older sister is more free-flowing, kind of, like going to the club,
Zumba.
dancing, Zumba. Yeah, exactly. But still, both have found a way to make dancing a living.
Worthwhile. Yeah,
yes.
Exactly. That's awesome. And now she's getting into being. So she used to be even a seagal.
She used to be a seagal, professional cheerleader.
Yeah. And then she had her own business dancing, and now she's choreographing for quinceañeras.
Quinceañeras, yes.
So if you guys have some Latin family out here that has a 16-year-old coming up, or the 15-year-old coming up.
15-year-old birthday.
Oh my goodness.
So
we can hook you up with a great choreographer.
But anyways, I was at this event, and I'm not kidding you, this lady comes up to me, and she's like, I hear you're Panamanian. I'm like...
How did that get out?
I'm like, yes, I am. She goes, I'm from Panama, too.
Awesome.
So she, introduced herself, and she was super nice, and she's like, I'm having a gathering at my house in a couple weeks. You should come,
Is it potluck, or
it was potluck. Wine and, appetizers. I mean, it was just, a bunch of ladies, and so I've been trying to be more friendly, I guess I should say, or, say things. Because, you know what, and before I would have just been like, I'm not going to
I'm good.
I'm not going to some strange person's house and stuff.
Yep.
But I was like, you know what?
Stop looking at me.
Yeah. I was like, you know what? I want more Latin friends so I can speak some Spanish more.
Because your daughter's speaking Spanish.
My daughter's speaking Spanish, and so I need to practice more. Mm-hmm. And so I was like, I'm going to go. And, I told my husband's like, you're going to go. I'm like, hey, how bad can it be? And I'm like, I'm pretty sure I can outrun her. You could not show up again. Yeah. You don't have to keep going. I know. It was really nice. I met some other ladies and stuff, and yeah, it was cool. So we'll see how it goes.
Yay.
So yeah, so busy weekend. So needless to say, I did not get my hexy poof done this week. So I'm working on it now. I'm hoping to have it done by the end of the podcast. Because, all things.
It's been busy.
And
you know what? Kudos for you making new friends.
Yes, or trying to at least. We'll see if we, stay in touch and keep on. But she's really cool. Awesome. She's lived in Singapore. Her husband has, had to move places to work, so they lived in Singapore. They lived in Hong Kong.
So she's interesting.
Yeah, she's super cool.
That's awesome.
So, yeah, it was a lot of fun.
And she's seen the world. Those are my kind of people.
Yeah, exactly.
That's fantastic.
How was your weekend?
I spent the weekend. So remember, our weekends are midweek, but the last 2 days I've spent at KEXP, which is where my husband works. They have a big deadline. Well, another team has a big deadline, and they need to help it interact, right? At the end, Sean's team now has to be part of this deadline. So we spent 12 hours there on Saturday. I think we spent 9 hours there yesterday. But rather than him going to work and I'm not seeing him at all for a long day, I just tag along because he works at a radio station. And they've got a huge public space that's gorgeous. It's part of Seattle Center. They had their, I think they moved there in 2015, early 2015, or maybe 2016. So it's a new space. It's huge. It's got like 3 garage doors into this public space. So there's couches and there's a little pop-up vinyl place that you can buy vinyl there. You have a huge aquarium of the DJ, so you can watch the live DJ doing its thing. And the DJ changes every 3 hours. Maybe 4 hours.
So it's made to sit.
It's made to just chill.
People come in. They have concerts there sometimes.
They have concerts on, a place where you can just hang out when there's not a concert going on. There's a big stage you can sit on. It's really great. La Marzocco has their only North American coffee place there. So it's all La Marzocco brand espresso machines. And then every month their coffee changes. So, and this is international. So last month it was New Zealand. This month it's Wisconsin, and it's from the smallest town. Like, this town only has a main street. Probably has one light. But yeah, a friend of ours is from Wisconsin, so we were like, hey, we're trying out this coffee. What do you know about this place? And he says, I've never even heard of it. He looks it up, and he's like, oh my gosh, this is a hole-in-the-wall, like, little town. And they must have this amazing roaster. So Sean loves the coffee. So Sean was in charge of finding my partner something. So there's a coffee on the way from Wisconsin, the smallest town ever. He said, if you're looking to try a coffee, because you know how they have those coffee, once a month something, some coffee club comes to your house. He says, forget the club, just go get Cloud coffee from New Zealand. He says that's the best so far I think they've been open for at least a year. So he's had 12 coffee brands cycle through. He loves this place called Cloud in New Zealand. So if you have a chance, maybe you're from New Zealand and you're watching, what do you know about Cloud? Because it tastes delicious. So says my husband, because I don't drink coffee. So I would be a poor choice to get you coffee. Not good.
You delegated.
I delegated to my husband, who's a pro. He's a snob. Huge snob. So, yes, speaking of, well, let's not talk about knitmas yet, because I have an FO that I'm wearing. And that's a thing we do, right? We do FOs first. So, fresh off the needles last night, finished my Jody, and I have my little marker in there to show you where I was last I saw you.
Wow, look at you.
I love it so much. Do you want to hold that in?
Yes. Oh, that's beautiful. I like that. The semicircle.
Oh my gosh.
And was this DK or worsted?
DK.
No, that's awesome.
So this one was single ply. This is Seaweed from Leading Men Fiber Arts. The bottom one is also Leading Men Fiber Arts, and that's Breaking Ground.
It's so beautiful.
It's plied, so I did the lace in that part. And then the center one is called DK, as in something's dying, from Cloud Lover. And
the color is beautiful.
So that middle one that does the transition between the teal and the brown, it is fingering, held double. So I got rid of 2 DK skeins and 1 fingering.
Look at you.
All ZK. So this is my let's celebrate ZK retreat time in one full thing. Love it. Love it. It's really long. So it's longer than my wingspan, which is 6 feet. There's a little bit of lace. This is so fast. I started on the 21st. What's today?
The 29th.
So I did this in 8 days. Most people are doing it in 3. I was distracted by other things. I needed to be distracted by other things because I have big projects on the needles right now. But I just needed something that was going to finish soonly because my socks are taking forever and my cardigan's taking forever. And I said, I saw this on the Grocery Girls. So Hohi Locatelli wrote this pattern I've only done one other pattern of hers. Her patterns are easy to read, easy to knit, really engaging. I think the other one, I can't think of what the other one was. I'll wear it next time and then I'll talk about it. But Hoki Locatelli, if you haven't done her patterns before, don't be intimidated. She makes beautiful things and she writes eloquently for just following along. It's awesome. So this has some charts, but I think it also has written. But the chart tells you when to change colors. So you're going to have to refer to the chart, but it could just be to see what color you're using. But yeah, super fun. 260 grams out of my house.
Yay!
Or around my neck. It's so cozy and warm. I love it. It's all garter, except for the lace. Even the lace is garter. So you're still just knitting back and forth. There's no purling in this thing, guys. It is wonderful. I love the length. I love the warmth. I need to have more DK stuff. Or maybe worsted. You just finished a DK for your knitmas partner.
I did. And
did you try it on? Was it cozy?
I did try it on. It was super cozy.
I think DK is the way to go. And it goes fast.
Yeah.
Were you on 7s or 8s?
I was on one of those two.
I think I was on 7, and I think you were on 8.
I think I was on 8s. But one of those two.
Now, I will admit that I'm not usually the one who jumps on the really excited bandwagon for stuff. But this one, I had to cast it on. I saw it on their podcast, and I fell in love with it. And I really recommend that you have this fade going on.
Yeah, the fade's beautiful.
Because when you have, I think Annetta's making one right now of solids, and you can really see the striping. But if you want it just to fade out into the next color, try to find something that has a solid of 2 things in your variegated. It's so lovely. I love it so much. I cannot rave about this anymore. And yardage through the wazoo. Because I'm trying to get 2,000 yards of ZK yarn out of my stash in 6 months. That's my low goal. If I exceed that, I'm going to be super stoked. So this must be about 600, at least 600 yards went into this. Mostly because the fingering was held double. So, yeah. Oh, that was exciting. I did make some modifications. Because, hello, it's me. Oh, I don't think we introduced ourselves.
No, that's okay.
It's me, AK-47. So, let's see. What was I saying? Oh, I modified. So, everybody was talking on the thread. They have a thread in the Grocery Girls that's like 27 pages long already. This is how many people are knitting this. And actually, they're either doing the Tracy or the Jody. These are namesakes for the Grocery Girls, who are Tracy and Jody. And these were both written by Hoki Locatelli. Everybody was saying that they were running low on their second color. Now, when I held mine double, I was going to have the least amount of the second color. So I think I had 240 of the green, 230 of the variegated, and 250 of the brown. I used the least of the brown. You do maybe, I don't know, 6 solid rows of brown at the end, but before that you're not doing much. You're doing some of the lace with it. Anyway, I think I haven't even weighed that one yet. I weighed the whole thing, but I haven't weighed the individual
How much
stuff.
you left, yeah.
But I did 8 extra rows of color 1 in pattern. So you're supposed to start the transition at a point. Well, I just knit 8 more rows and then started the transition. But then I shortened how many straight rows you had of your variegated. So the lace started at the same point, but I did like 8 less rows straight of the variegated so that I would not run out. And I didn't, so that's good. I think I probably have about 20 grams left, which is a good amount. And then I have I have it with me. I could show you exactly how much I have left over. I have 9 grams of color 1. But remember, I went longer on this, knowing that I had less of color 2. I have this much left of color 2. This is fingering, so it looks like a lot more. But it's probably 12 to 20 grams left. And then I have a lot left of the brown. So I am super, super thrilled with that.
So you could have done it the other way too. You could have used more of the brown.
Yeah, I got to the end of it, and I was chatting with Annetta, because Annetta and I have been knitting, another thing, together. And I told her, well, I've gotten to the end of what the pattern says to do, but it ends with lace, right? So I didn't want to go too much solid after the lace, so that the lace looked...
No, but I'm saying you could have started the brown earlier, too.
Yes, I could have started the brown earlier.
Not the end, but you could have,
Yeah.
Either way. But you wanted more teal. I know you, so you probably wanted more teal and brown.
I wanted all the teal, and it totally worked out. I love this knit. Love it. And you should see all the other finished objects. Hundreds of people cast this on in the last month. Hundreds. And I jumped on that bandwagon for the first time ever. Like, people were doing fades for a long time, and I'm just like, no. Yeah, that's nice you guys are getting 7 skeins done, but no, you can't talk me into that. I think when we first started knitting, everybody was doing the color sensation, or it's like 3 colors and you stripe crazy throughout the whole thing, and some crescent shawl. Everybody on Ravelry has done that pattern. Haven't done it, not interested. But this one got me as soon as I saw it. Anyway, so that's my FO for the week. She's working to try to get her FO done on this podcast.
I don't think I'll get it done, but I'll come close. It'll be done before the end of today.
We had an Ask Me Anything on the boards.
We did.
And it kind of has to do with, your works in progress. You were saying that you lost your mojo.
I did. I lost my mojo last week.
So what do you do in that situation? Or what are you feeling? Like, what is it that makes you say, ugh, not today?
It's just...
Is it a distasteful feeling towards the knitting?
It's not a distasteful feeling towards the knitting. It's just, sometimes you just don't feel like knitting. So I try, I just don't feel like knitting that day.
Okay. So do you read?
I read, or if I know I want to get my knitting mojo back, I start stalking Ravelry. That always helps.
Yeah, you just go through other people's cues, or do you just go to top 20? Or
I do a little bit of everything. I go to top 20. I see what Ravelry's recommending, what patterns and things I would like. I love going through my friends.
Wait, how do you find the recommended? Because somebody else
said that. It's on the
first
page, on the pattern page. Yeah. So you know how the top 20 appears in the top left-hand corner?
In the recommended is in the
in the middle
body.
On the right.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Those are usually crochet for me, which is weird.
Oh, I don't. Well, I don't know. Well,
maybe I have to change a tab or something. Yeah.
So mine, so that's always fun to see what Ravelry thinks I might like knitting.
I don't want to crochet Ravelry.
And then I really like going through my friends.
Yes.
Projects.
I always go through my friends' projects.
And so usually I'll have like 8 pages because I don't go look at it all that often.
Yeah, so you go to friends and then you see activities is one of the tabs. Yeah.
And
I stalk that all the time.
That's fun because I don't stalk it all the time, so it's nice to see what, everyone's knitting and stuff.
So that could kill hours is what she's saying. Yeah. Because she can see like 8 to 10 pages in one sitting.
Exactly. And then that usually helps me get my knitting mojo back a bit. And I'm like, oh yeah. Because then I'm like, yeah, I want to knit.
That is pretty.
That is pretty. I want to knit. I need to finish something. So then, and then the other thing is like, if I'm far from being done on any one project, that'll sometimes kill my knitting mojo. Because I'm like,
yes. I'm getting no progress.
Even though I know I am. I can see it. So,
I'm the opposite. So, she'll say that I'm not getting much progress, so I don't want to knit. No, I want to cast on all kinds of things.
Yeah,
I'm not getting progress.
See, and that's the other thing, too. I want to cast on all the things that I'm not getting progress, but then I'm like,
then you're shooting yourself in the foot. Yeah. Because then you're really not getting anything done.
Exactly. So the other thing that helps for me is to have a progress keeper.
Okay. Yeah.
Like
what I put into this.
Yeah, just, and showing you guys, and I'm like, oh yeah, even though I don't feel like I got progress. Look, I moved 2 inches. So then I'm like, yay. So then that helps.
This podcast motivates my knitting.
Yes, for her, definitely.
To a guilt. Like, it makes me feel guilty if...
She texted me yesterday. She goes, I'm going to have a finished object for this thing tomorrow. I'm working on it.
First, I check with you if you're going to have an FO.
Yeah.
And then I'm like, okay, if she has an FO, I don't feel the stress, right? Because yours is a big deal.
So, because
I don't get a long time to get stuff done. And I don't want to, step on that at all.
Don't worry. You're not stepping on my toes at all.
So when she has an FO, I'm like, ooh, let her be the only one. I'll just cast on something else, and I just have other whips. Oh my goodness. But yes, I feel a bit guilty when we don't have content. And not a bad, this doesn't hurt me to get more. Don't think that I'm doing this and it's paining me to do it. It's not. But it's definitely helped me motivate in the knitting. So when I have those days of I don't want to knit, that bothers me a little bit. So I'm trying to find ways to get out of this mojo. So my mojo goes away when I'm stressed. And then it physically hurts to knit. The yarn just doesn't feel awesome. And so I don't want to touch it. So I have a physical response to I lost my mojo. I don't want to touch wool. I don't want to look at wool. And I hate cotton, so that's not going to solve my problem. But yeah, so when I like to have a down day. So sometimes when my mojo's gone, I just say, oh, that's just my body saying, we just need a down day. No knitting. My hands are just need to be doing something else. So I go climbing. So I do other hobbies. Just like she goes reading, I go climbing. And then that takes hours. And then when I come back, I'm like, oh, okay, maybe now I can, but usually it's not. It's like I go climbing for 4 hours and then we watch a movie or something. Scrap blankets help.
Yeah, for me, it's this, my hexy poofs help. If I start getting my mojo back but still don't want to really concentrate on something intricate, then I work on something mindless.
Yeah. So
I love mindless knitting.
I hope that answered the question. Maybe you guys can relate to the loss of mojo. I'm sure everybody endures it. Right?
Yeah.
I think it's a common thing. So, you lost your mojo. Did you work on your shawl?
I worked on my shawl a little bit.
Okay.
Yeah, I can pull it out and show you guys.
Yeah, let's do that.
I had progress keeper so you guys can see since last time I talked where I was.
I asked her, did you change a color?
I did. I changed the color, so I am... Da-da-da-da.
Gosh, look at these stripes. This gradient is going to be so lovely.
So last I talked to you guys, it's on that end, the progress keeper. So I got that far done. I mean, I got a lot done. It's just...
From there to there.
Yeah, from there to there. I got a lot done.
And this is the fun part. This is where you get to do some knitting and you get to see your shawl grow.
Yeah.
Because the lace takes a bit.
The lace takes a moment. Yeah, the lace takes a bit in the beating. So I am almost done. I am almost done with this ball. And then I have 2 balls left.
Yeah. This is so lovely. Oh my gosh, that's going to be so amazing on.
So I only have this much left of the color on there right now. And then I have 2 colors left.
Poof, right?
Yeah, I'll make a hexy poof out of it.
And so then, you're at the end of a row. You could change colors right now.
No,
not yet.
No, I'm just going to the end, and then it'll get there when it gets there. I don't change. I haven't been bothering to change color in the middle row because these are short rows. So whenever I get to the middle, I rush and join it and call it good.
So that's Lily Go. She's part of your world is the shawl.
Yeah. So I will try to get it done by next time we talk. That'll be my goal. Since there is only 2 colors left and it is going a lot faster.
And you only have 1 section left.
1 section left, and so I probably won't use all of the last color.
Okay. And it's just a dark brown.
Yeah, it's just brown. Yeah, it's all good.
You're not missing any of the
I'm not missing any of the fun. Yes, any of the fun. It's just brown on brown.
So there was modifications you could do on this Are you doing any extra beading?
Hell no.
In these areas. Yeah, I didn't either.
I was happy to get done with the beading section,
Me
okay?
too.
I was ecstatic, and I was just like, oh, good, I have garter sections, we're good, let's go.
We're on a roll. Mm-hmm. Don't slow me down. So I got some progress. Did I put a progress keeper? Okay. No, I didn't, because I'm not that great. This is Earl Grey by Carrie Bloomer. So I was just finishing the gusset last time, so I got a foot done. Not a literal foot. That's not 12 inches. Isn't that lovely? So this is the masculine version of her pattern, and her pattern is called Earl and Lady Grey, if I recall proper, and this is Earl Grey. So this is for Dad. He's got enormous feet. And what's funny is he tried on one of Sean's socks. What I needed him to do was just try on the start so I could see that it got past his heel so I could keep knitting, right? I didn't have to pull anything out. Well, the next thing I know, he's got the whole sock on. I look over there. My husband wears size 8, I think, maybe 7.5 in men. And my dad wears 11. And so I'm looking at my dad and I'm thinking, the difference in width, because Sean has fat feet.
He's got hobbit
He's
feet.
my little hobbit. The difference in circumference made up for the length difference between a size 7.5, 8, and a size 11 man's foot. Just boggles my mind. So I tried this on Sean. So it should be at the toe box, but I'm going to try it on Dad just in case. It was just weird. He was just stretching the sock out or something. So I've started the second sock barely. I've cast on some stitches. There's my second sock, guys. Woohoo! But I kind of lost interest in that.
You lost your mojo.
Lost my mojo on my sock, and then I lost my mojo on the cardigan because
it looks like you're not getting anywhere.
No. So this is my problem. This was the time to fit it, right? This is the one time in raglan that you try it on your person and you see if you have to take it back, because in order to try it on your person, you have to knit past dropping the arms, right? So I knit past the arms about that much. So that's a good bit of knitting, right? And then I tried it on him, but I didn't want to do that step, right? I didn't want to do my last increase, drop those stitches, knit some. I finally did it. I told Annetta, I'm not allowed to do anything else. I need to get past this fitting. So I got past the fitting. And since Sean is huger than me, it fits me, so I will show you how it goes. And it fits him, which is extra special. So look, it looks like a sweater, guys.
It is starting to, well, it looks like a mini
So
sweater.
let's see. Oh, yeah. I was making sure I put in a longer needle.
Yeah,
before they go flying off. There's something wrong here. Okay. So, we've got the start of a cardigan, guys.
Wow.
So I got another, I put it.
You're past boob level.
My boobs are covered, guys. This is good. Sean will say, I don't have to wear a shirt under it now because my nipples aren't showing. Yeah, you're right, Sean. I guess that is how you decide whether you wear a shirt or not. Are my nipples covered? So I added a stripe. I also didn't want the reality. So one reality was, is it going to fit Sean? Yay, it does. I didn't have to modify the large in any way. I'm making the large of this Emmeline, something like that. Ariane Karen Lacosta is the name of the author. The reality is I only have some blue. All right. I'm playing yarn chicken with everything. This is just a stress disaster that I've just set up for myself.
That's why you lost your knitting mojo.
This is why I'm losing my knitting mojo. Because at this point, I will know whether or not I have enough yarn to finish this stripe to match on the sleeves. So I have 50-gram balls. I will show you what I'm working with right now. This is the current stripe that I just finished. So 2/3 of that stripe is this color and 2/3 is gray because I already knew I was playing yarn chicken. Well, the question is, how much does this weigh, Alicia? Can you make those sleeves? I don't think so. I dropped the sleeves off with 1 row of this color. So I've already started the stripe on the arm, but I have 13 more rows to do. Now, the body is 30 stitches bigger than both the arms put together. So I think I'm at like 190 something for the body, which I finished the stripe, but each sleeve is 80. And then I added some underneath because if he pits out, that sweater's gonna stink. So I made sure that his arm was well below his armpit, so it never like warmed him up around the armpit. I should just leave vents under there. That would be something. Air conditioning just for Sean. But I won't. I added 4 stitches under each arm. So I'm at 84 stitches per sleeve that I'm starting at. And every 6 rows, I think I do a decrease. But this first stripe is going to be the most amount of yarn I'm going to need. I think I'll be fine if I make another stripe on the body with this guy. I'm pretty sure the sleeves will be small enough that it'll be fine. But I think I'm going to be low because this is 20 grams. And I used 29 grams on the body. Knowing I have 1 row already done doesn't make me feel any better that this might make it. So I have looked at destashes. Nobody's destashing these. Who would? This is your souvenir skein from ZK. This is from 3 Irish Girls. So I guess my next option, because there's nobody destashing it, I see pictures of I know some of these people who have it, but I can't ask them for their souvenir skeins. So I'm going to message 3 Irish Girls in hopes that they can either do this color. I'm hoping this is the only color that I'm going to run out of, which is Capture the Flag. Yeah, so that's my next option. My next stripe will be these guys again, held double. Now I have, I think 37 or 35 grams of each ball still. So I'm not worried about those for the next stripe. But I think I'll even get to this stripe in the hood. So who knows? I'm just stressing myself out. Super fun. So that last gray stripe, I also striped into that blue section. And I have 10 grams left. So I'll need help on the sleeve with that, but I have another skein of this. And I have another stripe coming up too. So that took 90 grams of fingering held double to make a single stripe of gray and then some partial stripe of blue with gray, right? So I used 8 rows or something in the blue stripes of the gray. So, yeah. But my next stripe is going to be back to this dark gray, which is 3 Irish Girls, which I love. So that one's going to fly. I'm so excited. And I'm thinking I'm going to have to do those sleeves in tandem since I'm playing yarn chicken.
Yep, that
so
sounds about right.
And I would say that, you know, this will substitute for this one that's running out, but they're really not the same color. This one's really blue with specks, and this has white blue with specks. So we'll see. Having fun over here, guys. Keeping it real. I think those are my only works in progress. Did you see the boards blow up this week? I posted our podcast one evening. The next morning, knitmas just exploded. So I think I'm the 8th person who's gotten their box.
Yay!
It's here. I'm so excited.
She's been waiting to open this.
Yes, I'm so excited. So, the only clue I had on here was Swart was the last name. I didn't even look it up. But I think it's Wee Sheep.
It is Wee Sheep. I can tell you that. It is Wee Sheep.
I'm so excited. So, I've unsealed the packages so that you didn't have to hear that. But I did my best not to peek, so I'm so excited. This has been here for 2.5 days.
But she wanted to share with you guys.
But I wanted it to be real. So, oh, it's so real. I'm so excited. Oh my gosh. Look at that purple.
She's got mini skeins.
I got a mini skein. And then I got some more mini skeins. I'm so excited. These are the extras. I'm so stoked. So this one is Chappelle wool, which is Zauber balls. I'm so excited. 75 wool, 25 nylon. Tropical fish. Oh, that's right up my alley. Oh my goodness, that's awesome. Oh, look at that guy. Holy crazy skein. Oh my goodness, I'm so excited. Oh my gosh. She did not do brioche. Somebody did brioche for me because I'm never going to do it. I've said it on this podcast before too. Never going to learn to brioche. Oh my gosh, I don't have to now. I've got my brioche. So excited. Look at that purple.
I want to learn a brioche. I'm so learning this.
Goodness.
It's on my list.
You've inspired Liz.
Well, no, I've wanted to learn to brioche. I've told you that.
Look at that.
That is awesome.
Is it in screen? Oh my gosh. The work. Oh my goodness, you must love me.
And the color.
This color is superb. And here's the other side. Is it reversible? That's what brioche does, right? Reverses. Oh my gosh, I love it. I love it. Oh my goodness. Little bandana. Now I don't even have to knit a bandana either. Oh, I'm so excited.
I have a feeling Sean's going to steal that one.
Yeah, he might. He might try, but he's not gonna. Oh my goodness, look at this little Felt Notions bag. It's got a sheep on it. Oh my goodness. Goodness, so exciting. Oh, that's so awesome. Oh, I'm going to stuff this with Notions. You already know it. I'm going to put my yarn in there right now. You must be used. Oh my gosh. We sheep, you're the best. Oh my goodness. She sells. Get it? She sells seashells by the seashore. There's some pink in there. Sean might steal these socks. That's for sure. Oh my goodness.
I like the fact that, that would be awesome if Sean steal those socks if she sells.
Yeah. Woven Pear is the
cute.
name of these socks. These are awesome. Oh my goodness. Everything's tropical. I love it. Whoa, what?
Oh, she sent you the extra.
Oh my goodness, I can make something corresponding. Like a hat. It won't be brioche. Get it right out of your head right now. It's not going to happen. Oh goodness. So this is Knit Picks. Stroll Fingering. And this colorway is 26749. No, don't they have names?
No, they have numbers, I
think. 26749. Is this purpley red goodness? I always cover Liz's face up.
That's okay.
And then this white. Oh, it's kind of got like a wash of gray on it.
Yeah.
Oh, wait. Raven Tonal.
Oh, she found the name.
There's the name. And this one's called Pearlescent Tonal. Oh my goodness. I love tonals. Mm-hmm. How did you know? This is so me.
And you can knit a matching hat.
I'm gonna either do
fingerless
mitts or oh my gosh, fingerless mitts would be so much fun. Oh my goodness. And then let's like one more thing. She jam-packed this bag, guys. Ooh, I think it's a chocolate bar. Oh my goodness. Oh yes. Dark chocolate raspberry. Be still my heart. Okay, so Sean can't know about this either. I just bought him some Theo chocolate, so he should leave this one alone.
Yeah. No.
Oh my goodness.
What an awesome
so exciting. Good job. I love everything. And I'm going to read your card when we're offline. Oh my goodness. This is so exciting. Merry Knitmas, guys. So go to the threads. It's already been populated by lots of other boxes. And when you get yours, don't wait like I did. This was torture. I had to stare at it forever. Oh.
She was like a little kid at Christmas.
I know. I said, Liz, please tell me you're coming today. You need to come today. Oh my gosh, I love it. Thank you so much for doing brioche for me. Because
that is awesome.
I'm not going to learn brioche.
I am. One of these days.
Well, she has to because she can't have this.
Oh, I don't want it. It was made for you.
It was totally made for me. But it's totally our colors.
It is totally colors. The colors are awesome.
I'm so glad I wore gray so that you could see this stripy goodness. Oh my gosh, I'm so happy. Have you gotten your box?
Nope. Still waiting. It's nice to know, which I'm okay with because I was a slacker and
I just got mine out 2 days ago.
To my partner, your box is going to arrive on February 1st. UPS has guaranteed it, so you will get it on February 1st.
I know where yours is going. I know where yours is coming from. I'm so excited. But it'll be content for another day.
Yeah.
It'll be good. Okay. Now, some may say, what is this knitmas you talk about? Well, knitmas came along because I decided one day, I messaged Annetta and I said, Annetta, we need a really cool swap. She's like, okay, you and me? I said, well, I think we should include the whole group. And she says, all right, what are you thinking? And I said, I want to do a swap where you get a partner, you send them yarn, because that's the hardest part, is picking someone else yarn. This is the hardest part for me.
Yes.
Feeling good about the colors you choose for someone else. That is not my forte. So I told Annetta this would take the stress out of it. You send me the color you want, I'll send you the color I want, and then we'll knit something together. Same thing. Because Annetta and I have been knitting the same thing for most of the year last year. So I felt confident that her and I would really enjoy this, right? So why wouldn't anybody else enjoy that? So I put it out to the group after I okayed it with Liz, and Liz was like, cool, don't make me knit big things.
Yeah. I was like, can we set a limit?
Yep. So thanks to Liz, there was a limit. And thanks to you guys, we made the swap happen. So we dropped the idea of swapping yarn. Maybe we'll do that the next time. You guys, give me feedback because I really enjoyed this. But for Annetta, and because it was this idea that was hatched from let's swap, we did that swap. So by November 1st, her and I had swapped yarn because we're like, okay, we can't cheat and make each other partners, right? I wanted to, but I didn't do it. Sean picked all the names. And I said, oh, Sean, if Annetta and I become pairs, will you let us know so that we can do this together? He's like, you guys aren't going to be pairs. I'm going to make sure. I was like, darn it. So then that meant I had more to knit in November. Yeah. So we got our swap in November 1st. She sent me yarn. I sent her yarn. And you saw me knit Morticia. Okay. So I sent her a beautiful purple skein. And it was something it was Miss Babs. So it turns out she sent me something that she was having a hard time picking a pattern for, but she knew she wanted that knit, right? But she just couldn't motivate the knitting. I had the same thing. I had this dark purple skein from Miss Babs, and I said, I'm never going to do it, but I want it so bad. This smells like orange. Do you smell this? I told her earlier this morning, I broke open the boxes. I was like, one of these things smells like oranges and it's delicious. She's like, oh, that must smell just wonderful. Oh, you're so sly. You were the one who sent me something that smells so delicious. Oh my goodness. So we did the swap along with our other swap. So I told her next year, I was like, do you want to do this again the same way? Like, do you want to knit for 2 people during Christmas? She said, yes. I said, good. So we're going to do this again. Oh, Kentucky Rain soap. So she's from Kentucky, just in case you didn't get that hint right here from the soap. Lincoln Logs? Is that what they're from? I love Lincoln Logs. Oh my goodness. I had these. You know it. I'm an engineer, so of course I had Tinker Toys and Lincoln Logs. They were my jam. Oh my goodness, that is so hilarious. That throws me right back to childhood. Awesome. Oh my goodness. There's another bag before I get to the knitting. Oh my goodness. Blackberry sage. That's my favorite flavor of soap from Lolo Bar. They're out. It's seasonal. Oh my goodness, but I have the replacement. Bluegrass Country Soap. It's handmade in Georgetown. I'm guessing Georgetown, Kentucky. Give your skin the touch of heaven. Yeah, I am. That's awesome. You can follow them on Facebook. That's Bluegrass Country Soap. Ooh, it's filled with all kinds of loveliness. The massage cream. Oh my goodness. Anna's Essentials. That's a muscle injury. Oh, I was telling her how sore I was. So I've gotten injured a lot this year already. And yeah, you say, but it's only 3 weeks in. Yeah. I've done a number on myself a couple times.
She's been in a little accident prone.
Yeah. If you're not bleeding, you're not trying is our motto. I got myself bloody already this year, so it's been good. So that's going to come in handy because I have some soreness right now. And then a cranberry fig lotion bar. This is Rock Bottom Soap Company. Rotate correctly. I hope that's coming through. And that's cranberry fig. I don't know where the smell is coming from because
maybe it was just a combination.
Maybe it was a combination of all the scents. But yeah, so knitmas number 2. Here it is, guys. Okay, it's gonna Ziploc unlock. Oh my goodness, mine was so heavy that I sent her. Now the one that I knit was fingering. This is lace. Oh my goodness.
Oh wow!
Is ridiculous. Remember 1,000 beads? Oh my goodness. Whoa. Is that still folded? Oh, there's still more.
Oh my god.
Look at that. That's the difference between the fingering weight Morticia I showed you, 2 episodes ago? And this is the lace weight Morticia. Do you see all that glitters in there? Look at all that bead.
Oh my gosh, that is beautiful. Sean needs to take you out on a town so you can use that.
Yes, we've already talked about it. So I told Annetta, we're going to Benaroya Hall and we're going to go see a concert there. There's a Valentine's concert at Meany Hall that's it's a quartet from, now I can't think of where they're from, but they're going to have like Norwegian folk music after they do Beethoven and somebody else. So, oh my goodness. So I have a chocolate brown dress that's going to look awesome with purple.
Yes, it is.
So it's the deepest purple, guys. I don't know if you can, it's on. I cannot believe this. Just the stark difference between the fingering and the lace is so dramatic. Oh my god.
Yeah, it looks like 2 separate shawls.
And I will be posting a picture of Annetta in hers because she already sent me an FO picture for me. And that's the stark difference. Oh my gosh. I can't get over this work. Oh my goodness. So the next one that we make together, you better send me a lace skein so I can earn the work that you put into mine. Oh my goodness, this is so delicate. Thank you so much, Annetta. And thank you guys. You've made Knitmas happen. You've made this a great success. Every picture that's posted, you guys were so kind to each other. And that's all I asked for. I didn't want to put any limits on people. I didn't want to be regimented on what you must send besides the yarn. The yarn needed to be sent, right? But gosh, you guys have been so amazing. And so we're going to do this again.
Yes.
Liz is in. And it looks like a lot of people were shopping in each other's queues. So they could mark something off or be inspired to do it again. I think I'm going to make a Harlequin for myself. I know. You just heard me say I was going to repeat
what?
knit
You're
something.
repeating it?
I really loved it. When I tried it on last podcast, I fell in love with it, especially when it was wound twice and it was warm. I was in. And now I don't have to learn brioche and I don't have to feel bad about it. How exciting is that? Am I the only one who doesn't want to learn stuff? Usually I'm like, ooh, it's a technique I've never tried before.
Yeah.
Let's do it.
Why are you so against brioche?
I don't know.
Okay. Good as answer as any.
Because I don't think I'll want to make a mistake. I don't like tinking back. That's not my thing. When I did double knitting, I was terrified of making a mistake because it didn't want to go back. So, and I think that's what this is. Because isn't it you knit every row twice or something?
I don't know. I haven't looked that much into it.
And I've heard fixing mistakes is up there with torture. So I super appreciate this brioche, and I super appreciate this lace. You guys did work for me. I am so, so ecstatic. They totally go together.
You're going to wear all the knits all at once.
All the knits all the time. Oh my goodness, guys, look at that. See the stripes coming right through on that lace. Oh my goodness. I'm covered in wool, and I love it. Yay. So excited. So life is good. Did you buy anything?
No, still haven't bought anything.
Hey, Liz. We're almost in February.
I know, one whole month without buying anything.
Okay, what happens at your birthday? Because your birthday's next month.
My birthday is next month.
Do you get yarn? Are you telling your dude to buy you yarn?
Nope. If he chooses to buy me yarn, then he can buy me yarn, but I am not asking.
Does he know that you're not buying yarn this year?
Huh?
Does he know of these lofty goals of yours to only buy a ZK?
No.
Okay.
Don't want to inhibit him from buying me yarn. If I put it in that head, then
it's true.
If he buys me yarn, it doesn't count.
It's true.
I didn't buy it.
She doesn't have to put it on Ravelry.
I don't have to put it on Ravelry. No, and right now I need to knit more because right now I'm only allowed to buy one skein and
one
ZK.
in, one out?
No, I'm just going by yardage out.
This is gonna be really hard to earn, Liz.
I know, that's what makes it tough.
You can't just go to ZK and buy one skein.
Well, I have 4 more months to get more yarn out.
You better find something heavy. You like it. But actually that stinks because it's yardage. So if you do something big, it doesn't give you a lot of yarn. But it's going out the door.
This will probably lie, but this is what I'm telling myself right now. If I get to ZK, but I really would like to, limit to what it is.
Yeah.
Or else then I'll be playing catch up the rest of the year.
Well, we've been talking about we're shopping smarter this time. Because we all, there's been 6 of us or 10 of us that have been talking about how we shopped in years past because you pulled out all your ZK yarn, right? To see what'll qualify for their knit along. And you realized, I have 1 skeins of all fingering. Everything that I bought at ZK is fingering for the first 2. And then this last time I said, I need to get some DK. So I bought a lot of DK this year. So of course that's going to knit up fast. That's going to be sweaters. But yeah, some of others in the group have been like, okay, I know what I don't need. Don't need fingering weight. So hopefully we'll get lucky in the marketplace and there will be worsted and bulky.
I don't want bulky. I'm still up to worsted is good. Mm-hmm. I'm starting to find the love for DK. So I think maybe this year I'm going to buy some DK.
I am in love with DK with this.
Yeah. So I'm thinking this year's DK. Hey, look! I finished!
Dun, dun, dun. She's got an FO for the episode, guys! And she got her 5th... Is that your 5th one? Your 4th one?
4th one.
4th one for the year.
Yep.
Oh my gosh.
So I finished.
Yay. So that's for her thesis, which is the beekeeper's quilt.
Yes.
Is that Tiny Owl?
That one was Miss Bab. That one was actually sport weight. You know when you order from Miss Bab, she always sends you a swatch to do. So I think from her last order.
Lotus.
The color was Lotus. And it was just a little shy of doing a hexie puff, so I added in some purple. Just because pink and purple
just
go together.
For a touch.
Just for
Yeah. Brilliant.
So
We've had great success. Your knitmas might be on the next episode, guys. So come back. See what's going on. A lot's going on over here. I'm trying to get, let's see. Ravelonix is coming up. I decided just to be on the O-Loops group.
Oh, the Ravelonix, yeah.
Mm-hmm. So you gonna join?
I'm already part of the group. I joined like weeks ago, and then when we talked about it, I'm like, well, I'll just unjoin if we end up making our own group. And since we didn't, I was fine.
You didn't. I invited Annetta over. She's like, do I have to use O-Loops because I don't have any? I was like, no. There's no requirements.
There's no O-Loop yarn requirement. It was just, I think it was just an easy way to form a team.
Yeah. So they've already said, yay, join our group. So I have 3 plans, and we'll talk about that the next time we're here because it'll probably be early February, and this starts February 9th.
Yes.
So you can see what we're planning.
Yes. I'll look. I know definitely a work in progress one. There's one of the events is work in progress. So.
One of the events is frog something.
Yeah.
I can totally do that. You guys are going to see some old things that I should have pulled out a long time ago, and I'm going to do it.
I don't have any frog things.
No? Mm-mm. She finishes the things she starts.
Or I just frog them really early. I realized really early that I'm not going to hate it, and then just frog them really early.
I'm so warm. I feel like I have a bib on.
You do have a bib on. A very fancy bib.
Not going to eat with these on, though.
A very fancy bibs.
We love you guys. Thank you for joining us, as per usual. Thank you for chatting in the group. You guys are being so awesome with your pictures.
Yes.
And your love for everybody else.
So, yeah, keep on posting your knitmas stuff.
Yes. And you'll see mine up there momentarily.
Yeah.
So we knit again.
Bye.
Bye.